Hi everyone. Today we are going to do a CRUD operation demo on ASP.NET Core Minimal Web API. So it is a add-on feature from ASP.NET Core 6.0. Okay. So what is Minimal Web API? So the concept of creating an HTTP API with minimum dependencies is called Minimal API. Okay, it was introduced from ASP.NET 6 and they are ideal for microservices that can be finished with minimum files and features. Okay, so in Minimal API, there won't be any controller or any action methods. Okay, in traditional API, we have controllers and action methods, right? So those things won't be available here. Okay, so in Minimal API, logical execution function will be registered along with the route registration. So along with the route registration, we need to write a delegate, which is nothing but a method. So that should be registered along with the route. So that delegate contains all the execution logic for that route. Okay. So on comparing minimal API with normal web API, the minimal API doesn't support some normal web API features. Okay, these might be added as a support in upcoming versions, but currently they are not available. So some of them are like built-in validations, filters, versioning, OData, and many more are there. Okay. So, minimal API ideal for uh, developing a API with minimum dependencies or minimum files. So, Microsoft is advising like it is advising like it is best approach for a microservices. Okay, that can be created with minimum files. Okay, so now let's jump into creating a sample demo. Okay, so to use .NET 6.0, you must have Visual Studio 2022. Okay, and or else you can use Visual Studio Code Editor using the .NET CLI commands. In this demo, I am going to use the .NET CLI commands for my development. Okay, so here is my CLI command that is like .NET space new web API. So it is actually web API template only I am asking to create, and there is a flag I have to add that is like hyphen minimal. Okay, this will allow us to create the minimal API. Okay, hyphen o space your project name. Okay, let's create the project. Okay, this is my .NET 6 project. You can see target framework, and I am using Visual Studio Code Editor. Okay, and from .NET 6 onwards, we don't have a startup.cs file. So every registration will be under program.cs file. And if you observe here one more change, that is C# 10 future, there are no namespaces. You can directly write your functions, methods, or properties, everything. So that's why you don't see any namespace here. Okay, that is C# 10 future. Okay, so if you observe by default, we have added a flag like minimal, right, while creating the project. So it will give us a some sample minimal endpoint. So if you observe here, map.get. So this is one of the endpoint that used to execute the minimal endpoint. If you observe here, map.get have two parameters like URL, this is the URL route, and then delegate. So delegate is nothing but a method where we can write our own logic that gets executed for this route. So this is how minimal API will get work. Okay. So anyway, we are going to do small CRUD operation, right? Let me remove all the uh, built-in API dependencies. Okay. Let's remove it. This array is also here itself. Okay. This method as well. So finally, after removing the existing dummy API, my program.cs file code look like this. Okay. Now we are going to implement our CRUD operation. Okay. So before going to CRUD operations, let us discuss how minimal API endpoints looks like. Okay, so these are the endpoint methods. Each endpoint method represents each type of HTTP request. So map get for get request, map post for post request, map put for updating request, map delete for HTTP delete request. So these are all the methods that can be executed immediately once the route is matched using the delegate function. So inside of the delegate function, we can return our response. Okay. So there will be no controller or no action methods. Directly, the response will be written from the route itself. Okay, this is the minimum API. Nothing but where we don't have lot of files here. Okay, that is the main concept of the minimal API. Let me first install NT Framework Core so that I can create a DB context and I can show you the all create, read, update, delete operations. Okay, so let's search for EF NuGet. Need SQL Server dependency and normal EF core NuGet as well. Okay, so here we will have two commands: package manager for Visual Studio users .NET CLA. Here is the command. So let me copy this command. So let me install the NT Framework Core. So we have successfully installed the NT Framework Core. Let's install the its dependent library, that is SQL Server. Copy the command and install it. So here I have successfully installed my EF core and its dependent SQL library. Okay, let's add DB context and a sample table so that we can fetch data from that. So since it is a minimal API, right, I won't create any new files here. Okay, so within the program.cs file only, I can create my DB context and classes. Okay, so you can see here I have created a table class that is like a sample gadgets. Okay, this represent my database. Okay, this class, and here I have added my DB context. Let's import some namespaces. Okay, yes. So I have created my DB context as well, like my DB context, and I have registered my class as well, that is gadgets. Okay, now let's register the my DB context into the ASP.NET Core built-in DI, nothing but dependency injection. So there is no startup class here, right? So we have to register here itself. Okay, let's register our DB context as well. So now you can see I have registered my DB context with my SQL Server connection string. Okay, so let me add my connection string into the development.json file. Here, let's add our connection string. So added my connection string and the property, and this property should be given here. Okay, so we are done with the registering our DB context. Now thing is, let me create a create endpoint. Okay, in CRUD operation, let's begin with creating create operation. Okay, so to create operation, we can use the HTTP endpoint methods. Okay, so after the use HTTP direction, we can use map post. So post is for creating operation. So it will have a two parameters. One is URL. So always here URL should be prefixed with next. Okay, slash. Sorry, always your route should be prefixed with slash. Okay, so I will name like GAD. Okay. Now a delegate, which is nothing but a function, so anonymous function. So since I'm going to have some asynchronous calls like database communications, so I will create this delegate as a asynchronous delegate. Okay. So first thing I want to inject my DB context. Okay. So automatically DB context gets injected into our delegate automatically by the framework itself. Okay. So this is the syntax for the uh, creating a create endpoint. Okay. In minimal API. So now here what I can do, where okay. Now I have to return the response here itself. So what I can do, return results. Okay. Dot okay. From these results, we will get all the response types that are generally available in the controller level. Okay. So results dot, if you use, you will get all the methods like okay, no content, not found, everything will be here, and simply pass our result. Sorry, I am planning to save, right? So this logic what I have written is for get. For create operation I am working, right? So create. So this is my data that will be posted from the user from the form body. Okay. New gadget. Okay. So I need to remove this logic. I will simply return okay if it is successful. And now what I can do, db context dot gadgets dot add new gadget. Okay. And db context dot save changes. I think I will await it. Okay. So let me simply return the new gadget that was created its ID. Okay. So that we can understand the new record is successfully created. So this is my create operation in minimal API. Okay. What we are doing for our delegate, I'm simply passing first parameter is my DB context. So this order of parameters is don't have any priority. You can give anywhere in a input parameters, because this delegate can have asynchronous this asynchronous delegate can have n number of input parameters, so there is no order is required for them. But this mydb context will be injected by the framework, and this gadgets is a payload from the user. Okay, when user posting some data to this minimal API endpoint, so all the form data is read into these gadgets. Okay. So finally, I am adding that gadget. So let's run and test. And if you observe here, by default, Swagger is enabled for minimal API as well. Okay. So I am going to use that Swagger to test my endpoint. Okay. So let me run the project. So you can see I have a post endpoint. Okay. So let me try to add some data. So what I can do here, I will add a new product like yet cricket. Okay. Brand is see it. Cost something like $100. So it is play. Now I'm going to execute. See here. Response I got newly created record ID. That means my post is successful. Okay. Now create operation is done. Let's do read operation. Okay. So to do the read operation, app dot map dot get. Okay. So map get method represent HTTP get request. Okay. So I can, and I want to change this to create this path. Okay. And I want to use this URL as gadgets. Okay. Now again, I can do here asynchronous delegate method. Okay. I want my DB context to be injected. and I don't have any query parameters, so I no need to have any input parameters. If you have any query parameters, then you can write your input parameters as if you have a number of query parameters, you can read them as here as the input parameter. Okay, so here I don't have any input parameters, and finally where gadgets equal to await context. So this is my get endpoint, okay, where I have defined URL and then delegate method. Okay, now let's test this as well. Here is my get method. Let's test it. See here. I have received all the response directly from the route itself. Right. Now let's do another operation, that is update operation. So to do update operation, we have another method like map dot put. Okay. So gadgets slash update. Okay. Asynchronously my old DB context. So here I want to only update cost. Okay. For a particular record. So what I will do, I will use like this AB context, comma, and I will use same payload. If you want, you can create a simple DTO with only one prop, two parameters, ID and cost. Okay, but here I am using the table class itself. If you want, you can create a DTO as well here. Okay, so gadgets. So update. Okay. So first, what I will do, let's check whether the record we are trying to updating is existing in our DB or not. Okay. So to do that, DB gadgets, let fetch the gadget. Test gadgets, find async, and I can pass my record ID. Okay. So here what I am doing, using ID value, I am fetching the record from the database. So db gadget equal to null means with that ID, if record is not found, then it is not a ideal request for the update. So what we will return? We return results dot no content, not found. Sorry. See, all controller level response types are available here as well. Okay. And finally, if I found, what I will do is simply update the only cost, right? So db dot gadgets dot cost equal to gadget to update dot cost. Okay. If you want to update other parameters, then you can update them as well. Okay, by mapping here individually. Now finally, what I will do, I will call db context dot save changes async. Okay, and finally result dot in general successful update, we return no content. If you want to return OK, then that is also fine. You can return OK as a response. It is up to you. So this is my update method. So let's test it. So here I simply pass some 20. Okay, and for which record I want to update, let's find a ID from here. So latest record which I added is this one, right? C8 brand. So I want to update this record cost. Okay, let's leave them empty for now. If you don't specify, also not a problem. And if I try to execute, I got 204. Okay, that means successful. That means no content. Okay, no content is status code is 204. Okay, so we are done with update operation as well. Now let's do final operation, that is delete. Okay, so for delete, app dot map delete, this will represent our HTTP delete request. Okay, so gadgets slash delete, and I want to pass some dynamic value in the URL. For that we can do like a flower brackets, open flower brackets, and mention the type of query parameter or the URL part. So I want to pass ID. So now the value in this expression can be read as a input parameter in our delegate method. Okay, so that means I will create a asynchronous method, and I will use first parameter as integer and define the name. This variable name must match with here so that we can read it from the URL. Okay, and finally let's inject MyDB context as well. Okay, and so I have ID, right? So let's fetches the ID record from the database. So I can use same kind of code here. This logic I'm going to use here as well. Okay, here I will use ID. Okay, and if the record is found, what I can do, I can remove it from the context. So db context dot remove, and I can pass that record, and finally call the save changes async. Okay, and finally return okay, something like results dot okay. Okay, so now our delete operation we have successfully created. Let's test it. So here is my delete request, right? So let's first get the ID of our latest record which we created just now. That is 30002. So go to delete endpoint, and if you click on tryout, here you can see ID value is required. You can pass and execute, and we got 200 response. If our record is successfully deleted or not, we can again execute this API get API so that our record should not be exist. Okay, so if I go here, see 30002 record is no more here. So that says our CRUD operation is successfully completed. So let's have a brief look over here. So minimal API is nothing but at the time of URL registration, we can have a delegate function, and that delegate function can return the response directly to the user. There is no point of controller and action method execution here. Okay, it is pretty straightforward. If the URL matches, delegates executes and response return to the user. Okay, so that's all about the minimal API in .NET 6. I think this video has delivered some useful information. If you like my video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Soon we will meet with new videos. Until then, signing off.